Heart is not trying to say anything, it is just trying to make sure every part of the body gets the nourishment of blood flow. So it's your brain speaking in different tongues.
Have you ever felt torn between following what you feel and what you think? The idea of following your heart seems so simple, yet it leaves you with this nagging doubt. What if your heart is wrong? Sadhguru challenges this popular belief and invites us to rethink how we make decisions. He explains that it's not just about emotion or logic, it's about understanding how the two work together. Think about the opportunities you might miss by acting on impulse or, on the flip side, overanalyzing every detail. This is your chance to unlock a new way of deciding, one that leaves no room for regret. Ready to learn how to balance reason and emotion and completely transform how you approach life? Here's the thing. The heart isn't actually the source of your decisions or desires, even though it's a powerful metaphor in culture and language. Its real job is pumping blood to keep you alive. The actual processing of emotions and thoughts, that happens in the brain. Think of it like a car and its engine. The car might get all the attention for moving you forward, but it wouldn't go anywhere without the engine. People often say, follow your heart, because emotions feel more authentic, but science reminds us that it's your brain, not your chest, that decodes those feelings. When you're faced with a tough decision, you might feel a tightness in your chest, like your heart is trying to tell you something. In reality, that's just your autonomic nervous system reacting to stress. It's your body's way of grabbing your attention, not an infallible guide. Now, imagine making big decisions based solely on these signals from your heart without engaging logical thought. For instance, choosing a job because it feels exciting in the moment, but without weighing the long-term pros and cons could lead to regret. This heart metaphor often sets us up for impulsive decisions. Think about shopping on a whim and saying, "It was love at first sight." Sound familiar? Those choices can lead to regret later. The better approach is to let your brain step in, interpret those emotions, and balance them with reason. Your brain doesn't just process thoughts. It learns from experiences, helping you make smarter choices over time. So, how do you strike that balance between emotion and reason? Stay tuned, this is where things get interesting. The advice, follow your heart, might sound comforting, but in reality, it's rooted in a metaphor that's more emotional than practical. Decisions made from the heart are actually reflections of emotions processed by the brain. As Sadhguru emphasizes, it's crucial to look beyond emotions and take a deeper look before making a decision. Think about someone deciding to move to a new city just because they feel dissatisfied. Without factoring in the rational side, they might find themselves facing the same problems, just in a different location. The clash between what we feel and what we think often feels like an internal tug of war. Someone might feel drawn to take a bold leap of faith, while their logical side warns of potential risks. It's like standing on a bridge between two shores, one emotional, the other rational. True wisdom lies in blending the two, using emotions as a guide and logic as a filter. For instance, when considering a relationship, it's important to honor your feelings while also evaluating behaviors and shared values. This doesn't mean emotions should be ignored, not at all. Emotions are valuable, but they're like fire, great when controlled, dangerous when left unchecked. A practical approach is to pause and ask yourself, does this really make sense? Or am I acting impulsively? That brief pause can prevent hasty decisions. Imagine mastering this balance between emotion and reason, how much simpler life would be. Thoughts move as fast as the wind, while emotions flow like a slow current. This difference in pace often creates internal conflict. Think about a time when you made a quick decision with your mind, only to feel emotionally stuck afterward. This happens because emotions take longer to catch up with changing thoughts. For example, someone might logically decide to end a relationship, but their heart might need weeks or even months to fully accept the change. Understanding this dynamic can reshape how we handle life's choices. When thoughts shift quickly, but emotions resist, it doesn't mean something is wrong. It's just the natural rhythm of things. One practical exercise is to use your breath to create a space between thought and emotion. Take 3 deep breaths and notice what you're feeling versus what you're thinking. This moment of pause can help you see which one is driving your actions in the moment. True clarity comes from harmonizing your thoughts and emotions. It's not something that happens overnight, but with practice, it's achievable. Imagine making decisions free from the weight of internal conflict. This sets the stage for the next step, evaluating how those decisions align with your values and long-term vision. After all, clarity isn't just about the present, it's about understanding how your choices shape the future. Decisions driven solely by short-term gratification rarely lead to lasting results. It's easy to get caught up in the thrill of quick rewards, but true wisdom lies in assessing the long-term impact. Take impulsive spending as an example. Buying something expensive might feel great in the moment, but how does that fit into your financial goals for the years ahead? As Sadhguru teaches, aligning your decisions with the values and purpose you aim to uphold throughout your life is essential. When making choices, ask yourself, how will this make me feel 25 or 50 years from now? This perspective broadens your outlook and helps you avoid regret. Think about your career, for instance. Taking a job purely for the paycheck might seem appealing now, but will it bring you personal fulfillment in the long run? Perhaps investing in skills or building something meaningful would be more rewarding. This kind of reflection takes patience, but it's undeniably worth it. Long-term vision also requires courage to resist present-day distractions. It's like planting a tree. You won't see the fruits right away, but the shade and benefits will come in time. The question is, how do you align these decisions with your authenticity and stand firm against external pressures? This brings us to the next point, living in alignment with what truly matters to you. Living authentically is one of the greatest challenges in a world full of external expectations. From a young age, we're surrounded by ideas of who we should be and what we should do. However, as Sadhguru points out, resisting these pressures and aligning your choices with your personal values is the key to genuine inner peace. Think back to a time when you said yes just to please someone, only to later wonder why you did it. Authenticity begins when you choose what truly resonates with you, not what seems right to others. When you make authentic decisions, life becomes lighter and more meaningful. Take someone who chooses a career not for the paycheck, but because it aligns with their passion for helping others. The result? A sense of fulfillment that no amount of money can buy. A practical exercise is to list your 3 most important values and use them as a guide for decision-making. If something doesn't align with those values, it's probably not worth pursuing. The hardest part is tuning out the noise of other people's opinions. But as Sadhguru suggests, what truly matters is how you feel about yourself when you're alone. Every choice made from authenticity strengthens your confidence and builds a solid foundation for the future. So, how can we truly understand the mind and emotions to make clearer decisions? Let's dive deeper into that. The mind is like an incredibly complex machine, but few people truly know how to use it. Imagine it as a top-of-the-line sports car. If you don't understand the manual, you might end up driving in circles or worse, crashing. Similarly, many people live at the mercy of their thoughts and emotions without realizing they can take control. Sadhguru reminds us that by understanding how the mind works, we can transform it from a tyrannical master into a powerful tool. Understanding your mind takes observation and practice. Here's a simple example. When your mind starts racing with worries, ask yourself, is this really happening right now? Or is it just a projection of my fear? More often than not, just recognizing that it's an imaginary thought can help you neutralize it. Techniques like meditation and mindful breathing are like fine-tuning tools for this machine. They help you clear mental clutter and focus on what truly matters. Mastering your mind is an ongoing process, but every bit of effort pays off. When you realize that thoughts are just electrical impulses and emotions are chemical reactions, something shifts. You stop identifying so deeply with them and start using them to your advantage. This creates a strong foundation for making more conscious decisions that align with your life's purpose. Now that you know this, how will you apply these ideas to your life? Do your daily decisions reflect who you truly are, or are they shaped by what others expect of you? Start today by observing your thoughts, aligning your emotions, and making authentic choices that pave the way for a meaningful future. Don't wait, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep learning how to transform your mind and your life with Sadhguru's teachings.